Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel once again. I'm host of Elite, and today we're finally back with the tips and tricks guide dedicated to Rainbow Six Siege newcomers, and that is how to master. Today we're going to be taking a look at the defensive operator from the FBI SWAT, Castle. Castle, he is pretty much, for his weapons and gadgets, he is almost similar to Pulse. They both have the UMP-45, the M45 MEU SOC, the 5.7 USG, and the M1014 shotgun. What their differences is that Castle has access to impact grenades and the bulletproof camera, and his special gadget is the bulletproof barricade, or also known as armor panel. So, alright, obviously we're going to get into the do's and don'ts of Castle. Castle is an operator that is picked by so many newcomers. The reason being is because in lower elos, everyone likes the barricade. Like literally everything. They would even barricade rotation holes when you're not supposed to. And with this gadget right here, it's just perfect, you know? If the enemy can't get in, it's that simple, you know? That's all. It's one of the most important factors of Siege, is that it's just about denying and, you know, wasting as much time as you can, so the attacking team will have a harder time of pushing the objective. For Castle, he is picked by so many lower elos, and the biggest mistake that I see is that they barricade in between sites. Now, that's no good. That's a big no-no, alright? So for example, alright, we picked Canal for this reason, is because it has lots of windows, and this is a pretty good example for a rotation. Well, kind of, really. I guess you can open a rotation holes, but if these walls are generally reinforced, and if you have someone barricading this, how the heck are you gonna get in? If you have no impacts, no nothing, you have to take the time, 3 to 4 seconds to break it down, and someone's gonna hear it, you know. Little fun fact about the armor panel is that it takes 12 melee hits to break down. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 melee hits. Now the biggest downside of that is that it takes time, and people will hear you and they will take advantage of that. And sometimes if you're pretty dumb enough, you will get C4'd. I've been guilty of that. So what people do is they just they kind of like melee swipe, you know, and they do this 1, 2, 3, just quickly pull back, you know, to safety, just in case if you do get impacted or you know, C4'd. So we're gonna talk about barricade placements. Like I said, the reason why we chose Canal for today's video is because there are a lot of windows. Now, one of the many counters to Castle is anyone with breaching charges, explosives, you know, Sledge's hammer, but it is not. But there is also a fuse. Now, I know you guys are thinking, Fuse does not counter. Well, he does, because he brings breaching charges, because it's explosive, obviously. But the way I think about it is that his special gadget, it can counter Castle's barricades. Now, like I said, alright, so talking about armor placement first, is you should always place them on doors, never on windows. For example, so when you place one right here, don't do this at all. And this is one of the many reasons why. Fuse is picked a lot on this map because, like I said, there's a lot of windows, and it's pretty much a festival for him, pretty much. So, yes, it denies attackers access for a short time unless they destroy it, but this can actually like prove really badly, you know. Generally, when you hear something on a soft barricade, like a breaching charge, you would just want to shoot that. Same thing with like what do you call it? Yin candelas, fuse, all that sort of stuff. But when it comes to Castle, you can't actually do that. Like it's bulletproof. So if fuses this barricade, you're screwed. Unless well, yes, you can run away, but it would be much better if you heard it, shot it, you know, and prevented, you know, the cluster charges from going off. And so that's why you shouldn't place it on windows. The same argument could be said for doors, but that is such a rare sight nowadays that Fuse will actually walk up to a door that is castle barricaded and fuse like that. You won't see that at all, rarely, but you will see it a lot if there's a castle barricade on the window, if there's a fuse. Also another thing that you shouldn't do with castle is have a castle be barricaded to have a castle be attached to a Capcan trap, or a Capcan trap attached to a castle barricade. Now, alright, most of the time these barricades will be destroyed. They won't be, you know, melee 12 times unless you really have to. Now, the reason why you shouldn't put any Capcan traps is because if like, say a breaching charge goes off, right, it will destroy not only the castle barricade, but the Capcan trap as well. Waste of a gadget. Just don't do it. Same argument can be said for the wooden barricades, but like I said, you don't see that anymore. Just not as much. It happens, yes, but not a lot. A lot of people will just, you know, melee it, and the second they melee it, the Capcan traps, they might not see it, you know. But for castle barricades, just don't do it, because most of the time it will be destroyed with conventional explosives, which will also destroy the Capcan trap, and you don't want that. So yeah. Also, another thing that I don't know if I said this before. Yeah, I did go through rotations. So just don't place it in rotation areas. Don't block off sight. That is an important part. I want this open because now that's freaking me out. I want this open. All right, don't block off sight. Now, when it comes to this sort of thing, I would usually have, say, a barricade here. You know. So this is obviously an important vantage point for the attackers. So we're gonna reinforce this. It will take time for them to even breach this. 2 to 3 seconds is all you need to secure a victory. Sometimes those 2 to 3 seconds will count, you know, and that's 2 to 3 seconds lost for the attacking team. So yeah, now they have to get through both things, maybe one if they have to, you know. But always block off doors that are really important, you know, that is entered through quite a lot. For example, but don't block off sight. It means this. You shouldn't do this. I personally wouldn't. I wouldn't have any of these barricaded at all. You know. Now, you have to take advantage of what you did, what you created, what you destroyed. Let's say if someone was outside right here. Okay, they see that it's blocked off, right? And you don't have anything to destroy it with, but the door to your left is not blocked off. Now, the reason why that's such a disadvantage is because there are four actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 places where where the defending team can go to. But in this situation, we're just gonna focus on the door. No one's gonna come in through there, obviously. No one's gonna break it down, and you can see someone go out through there. That's pretty dangerous. Also, so yeah, they will have 1 place to get out, or 4 places to get out. But the second they get out of the objective area via the 3 hatches, they have to get back to the stairs. And if this door is still closed by the end of the round, if someone's smart enough to hold this angle patiently, and someone's trying to get back to objective, right? You only have 1 place of entry, and that's through this door, and someone's watching that angle. So you're safe. So you're safe from this wall, because the only thing you have to worry about is just this door, and pick somebody off that's going through that door. Unless you get I guess you can watch this, but if someone is just watching this door, but most of the time they will be inside. But there's a lot of people that like to go just to wait outside. If anyone's any stragglers. So pretty much don't block off sight at all, because that will prevent players from getting back into sight. So what you should do is place your castle barricades. Let's say, place your barricades here. Because the bridge is obviously an important place to to go through. A lot of people like to go through the garage as well, the loading dock. Close that off, and you should also and sometimes depending on what site you play, just playing kitchen and office or whatever that's called, you can always just block off this. Yeah, but when it comes to, but again, there is no guarantee that your castle barricade. Where's that coming from? There is no guarantee that your castle barricades will work. Same thing with frost mats. You either get stepped in or you don't. With this thing, you can either go through or go around it. Most of the time, people will go through, go around it. But a lot of people like to go through it. Just to gain access to that important area. Because there's literally a finite away. Well, I really shouldn't say finite or infinite, but many ways to get inside a building. You don't have to go through the second floor. You can always reach the third. But your team has to be really dumb in order not to bring any explosives or such. And let me tell you, I've seen so many people use frag grenades to take out a just to take out a castle barricade. You don't need to do that. Use a breaching charge. Frag grenades are pretty vital, especially in the end of the round. In order to flush out any camping enemies that are in the corners. But all in all, is that you should always block off places where where it's most likely to be entered. But never on sight, because you need to get out of sight. You need to get in sight. For at least the defending team. And I think this site is pretty bad in general, actually, in terms of just getting in, because there's literally two ways the defending team can get back inside, and it's gonna be a nightmare. So you can also barricade this if you want, but it's most likely gonna get destroyed. Just from all in all, it's just about holding on to luck and faith. You just have to hope that your castle barricades work. You just have to hope that frost mats work. All that sort of stuff. So yeah, so pretty much the do's and don'ts I just listed. Yeah, don't block off site. So don't block off site. Don't block off rotation holes. Don't place it on windows. Please don't. And don't frag grenade castle barricades. Well, that's for the attacking team. But what you should do is obviously block off places where it's most likely to be entered from. And that's just pretty much it. That's pretty much it, actually. So yeah, that's just pretty much I have to say for the video. Anyway, guys, that's just conclude how to master castle. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you guys disagree or agree with my tactics of castle, let me know. We're all here to learn, obviously. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If not, a dislike. Subscribe to see more fresh FPS content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.